Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier. The DRFBets race of the day for Friday, June the 29th, race number 8 at beautiful Belmont Park. We're going 6 furlongs on the inner turf. It's an optional claimer for fillies and mares, and you can bet it with a new DRFBets account. Sign up, access $100 in free cash. Learn more at drf.com/bet. Let's meet the fillies and mares. Again, they're going 6 on the inner turf. Race number 8 at Belmont to kick off the late daily double. You can access free formulator past performances on the race of the day event page at drf.com. Download them and handicap along with us. We'll take the field beginning with the number 1, Fear No Evil. And Matt, I thought this horse had a decent trip last time out. It was a solid third. His buyer speed figures are going the right way. I really wonder if he fits at the 2X level, or these are a little too tough for him.
That's kind of the way that I approach this horse. You know, it's not as though she just completely bombs when she goes out there, but I kind of feel like this level of company is probably a little bit too steep for her. You see that she was beat on the square by Okinawa most recently, and I understand Okinawa is a horse that has a tactical advantage, but Fear No Evil, I suppose the pace could get a little bit hot early on, so maybe that would help this horse's cause, but at the same time, I agree. I kind of think underneath at best.
Most recent win came on dirt. Win before that was a maiden race over good turf. She is improving. She might work out a ground-saving trip, may need a little bit of pace. Let's talk about the 2, Quality Time. 12-1 on the morning line for Top Connections. Javier Castellano, Christophe Clement. We followed this mare closely during the Gulfstream meet. She had a couple of tough trips, and then last time out, she had a nice, easy trip en route to a deserved win. Where's she been?
Well, where's she been? And also you factor in the fact that that was the non-winners of one other than, and the horses that she beat that day have just come back to barely pick their feet up. The runner-up came back to earn a 65, the third place finisher a 57, the sixth place finisher, you have to go that far back to get a respectable buyer, and that was only a 74. I guess the concern is, one, the layoff. You brought that up, but Clement usually does okay off of these sort of instances. But my bigger problem is, ever since she got here in North America, she hasn't gotten any faster. She's run buyers between 75 and 78 basically throughout her entire career. And simply put, I don't think that's fast enough to win.
Momanu looks very dangerous for a top trainer in Jimmy Toner. Yes, she is a 3-year-old taking on older foes after beating fellow 3-year-olds last time out. But she heard her feet rattle on the lead last time out. She went fast. She kept on going. She's so lightly raced, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another forward move. And I think she's going to make the lead in here.
I agree with that. And initially, when I went back and watched that most recent start, I thought possibly the horse that ended up finishing second might have hung a little bit, but then you watch, really, it looked like Monamu was getting ready to start stretch out a little bit and separate again down toward the wire. I thought it was a good effort, second off the bench for Toner. I'd expect a forward move, and I agree with you. When you factor in how fast she went most recently, going 7/8, now we're going to cut back to 6 furlongs. I think she's on the front end, and if she digs in as gamely as she did in that most recent start, I think she's going to be tough to pass.
Annie Rocks is the number 4, and you got to respect any horse that's won 6 times with over $250,000 in earnings. But I wonder if she's just kind of exposed at this level. We know what we're going to get. High 70s, mid 80 buyer. She might need a little bit of help from a trip and pace standpoint. She's okay. The price is going to be right, but she's going to have to run her best.
Yeah, no question about it. I don't think she's quite this level, this caliber against the top 3 in here, because I think there are 3 horses that are kind of head and shoulders above everyone else. I think she's the kind of horse that if you're playing some sort of an exotic, you can use her underneath. Very similar. I look at her similarly to the way that I look at Fear No Evil. I don't think they're good enough to win in here, but perhaps you use them underneath.
Picture Day, the number 5 main track only. We hope she does not compete. The 6 is Jumbie Bay, multiple stakes placed on the dirt. The blinkers come back on. She went a little too far last time at a mile, and she went a little bit too fast on the lead. The last time she raced with blinkers was 3 starts back in a very strong edition of the Captiva Island Stakes. She earned an 88 buyer speed figure that day. Very competitive. It was a race that produced not only 3 next out winners, but the runner-up Morticia has come back, and in her next 3 races have earned buyer speed figures of 92, 94, 93. That's a salty group, and the Timeform US Pace Projector believes that Jumbie Bay is going to be on the lead. I don't think she'll make the lead. I think she'll sit off the 3, but she should be in a great spot turning into the stretch for Todd Pletcher.
I agree with that. I think she sits off of the 3 horse early on. The blinkers going on doesn't bother me. The turn back in distance doesn't bother me. This has been a positive move for Pletcher at Belmont over the past year. And to me, she's the class of the race. You go through and see some of the names and what the figures that these horses have been earning recently she's been running against. She's clearly the horse in here. The runner-up in the most recent start came back to earn a 90. The third place finisher in 84. You go 2 starts back, the horse that defeated her by a length and 3/4, Touch of Bling. She came back to earn a 92. The third place finisher, Abbreviate, in 86. and the 5th place finisher in that race 2 starts back was the next out winner with an 89. To me, she is strictly the horse to beat. It'll be interesting to see how far back she is early on. You're right, she went too fast going a mile, but I wonder, is she going to get out sprinted a little bit here? I think she's a length or 2 off of it.
The 7 is Okinawa, your morning line favorite for Chad Brown and Arad Ortiz. Both of this filly's wins have come when outright on the lead. And as we see from the pace projector, she's close, but she's not outright on the lead. And if the 3 Mona Moo has her way, she's probably going to try to get to the front. Do you think Irad's going to be super aggressive coming out of there? Or do you think he's going to be like, listen, I'm outside a couple of speeds. I can work out a good trip. We'll try again second off the layoff to stalk and pounce.
I'm always dubious of horses that have yet to show the ability to pass and get the job done, but I suppose that most recent start off that little bit of a layoff, she kind of did pass a horse, but unfortunately she just got run over the top by another one. So it makes me believe anyway she has the ability to sit, and I think that alone is going to sort of get into the connection's heads and say, you know what, let's just sit off of the 3. We'll hopefully get first run, and maybe we're going to be a little bit more forward as opposed to the Pletcher horse coming back off that turn back.
China Rider, the number 8, completes this field for trainer David Canizzo, and boy, she got a setup last time out to get through her now winners of one other than condition. They were rocking and rolling early, 21-4. She hung near the back of the pack and came with a strong run to win it with an 80 buyer speed figure. The horse that made the lead that day that was burned up, well, she found a better pace scenario next time out, and she won with an 87 buyer, albeit against weaker starter allowance 50 foes. China Rider, I think, needs that barbecue up front, and I'm not sure she's going to get it.
I think the pace is going to be pretty honest. I don't think it's going to be electric like she faced most recently, but I think you combine the fact that, you know what, okay, she might get a decent setup. These horses are better than what she faced most recently, and it took her as long as it did to break through that N1X. I don't like her in here.
Let's take a look at our top selections for Friday's DRFBets race of the day, the 8th at Belmont. You like Mona Moo? You think she can perhaps control this from start to finish? And again, she's so lightly raced, in the great hands, and 5-2 on the morning line. If you're against the favorite, if you're against the Pletcher cutback, it may not actually be a bad price at all.
It really boils down to what do the other 2 horses do, the Pletcher horse and the Brown horse. How fast did they go early on? Is anybody else intent on trying to push Mona Moo early on? Because I liked what I saw most recently. We turned back a little bit in distance. I think the horse that everyone needs to fear is the horse that you like, Pletcher's horse, simply because, again, the horses that she's been running against are just far better than what any of these other girls are capable of at the moment. But I wonder if Mona Moo, you brought it up, she's a 3-year-old, maybe she's on the improve.
I'm going to go with Jumbie Bay. I disagree with the Timeform U.S. pace projector. I think she sits 3rd behind the 3 and the 7, works out a good trip under Jose Ortiz, and she'll get her shot turning into the stretch. And we'll see if with the blinkers on she is just a little bit more focused, because she has taken on some pretty good competition on the turf. Like you, I think there are 3 main contenders in this race. My top picks are 6, 7, 3, and 4, and I would use the 3, 6, and 7 in multiple race wagers. Race number 8 at Belmont Park. The first leg of the late daily double can be played with your very own DRFBets account. $100 in free cash. Big bold letters right there. Learn more, drf.com/bet. Approximate post time for race number 8 at beautiful Belmont Park on Friday is 6:50 Eastern. Good luck.